Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing another 5 items that I purchased and sold for significant profits on Amazon FBA Canada. Alright, so I've got another one for you. I've got another 5 items for you that I'm going to share. And let me know what you guys think of this background. We're in a new location right now, as we're always filming in different areas. And I saw this wall and I was like, oh, I have to film videos in front of this one. Alright, so I looked on the comments on the other videos and you guys want me to touch upon rankings and how fast the items sold. Okay, so for ranking, it is tricky with Amazon FBA Canada, especially when you are doing FBA. And here's why. I have sold items that have good ranking, like 100,000 or less ranking. I have sold items. I have sold items over 100,000 ranking. I have sold items with over 1 million ranking. I have sold items with no ranking at all, which means they were never on the catalog, which means they've never sold before. So Canada's really weird with their ranking, and just because something has a really high ranking doesn't mean that it won't sell. But if it does have a really good ranking, it's more likely to sell, but it doesn't mean that it's going to sell fast. I know it sounds really weird, but this comes from experience. And typically, when I am looking for items, this is a general rule of advice. Typically, when I am going around in the stores, I will find items that have less than 100,000 rank. Now, if you guys don't know, the smaller the number, the better. So the best possible ranking that you can find is a 1. And it's pretty hard to find items that have rankings less than, let's say, 20 or 10,000. But there are items that I see that aren't in the catalog at all, aren't listed at all, and they have 0 ranking, but I will still buy that item and I'll list it because based on my experience and how I'm going to title it and do the pictures, I know that this item is going to sell, and I've done that many, many times. So I guess you can say if you're first starting out, do pay attention to the rankings, get familiar with things, and find items that are less than 100,000, 100 to 150,000. And as for the person who commented on wanting to know how fast the items sell, I will try my best to remember for each item, but I've sold so many items, it's hard to remember exactly like how fast an item sold. So if I can remember it for that item, I will comment on it. Alright, so let's get into the first item. First item is this Mummy collector DVD set. Now this is when The Mummy came out with The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Alright, so when the first Mummy movie came out, this was my most favoritist movie. I loved this movie so much. I rented it so many times. I watched it in theaters over and over again. And I received this DVD set as a gift. And it was really cool because it looked like it was from Egypt. It had like hieroglyphics. It looked like you could have gotten it in one of the pyramids. So when I received it, I actually did not want to open it. I kept it brand new all these years, and then sometime in 2017 I was going through my stuff and I noticed this box set. Now nowadays DVDs are like extinct. People don't really rent them anymore. Everything is streaming. You can watch every movie online. All the stuff is online. There's no need to buy any DVDs anymore. Back then I was really into collecting movies, DVDs, rocks, stamps, like pictures. I would collect like a lot of different types of things, but now I'm not really into that. I'm more into doing cool adventures and recording them and having like a collection of video memories. So I got this item for free and it sold for $69.99. The fees on this were between $17 to $18 and the profit was around $52. So if you haven't seen the other videos that I've done on this, basically what I do is I take the total that it sold for minus what I paid, minus the fees, and that's what I get for the profit. And this item sold relatively fast when I put it up. Now these movies came out so long ago back in the early 2000s, but I guess this DVD set was still popular. I wanted to try it out. It was an item that was just laying around in my room. So if you can find some copies on this, I believe there are some on eBay. I was doing some research before where you can find like cheaper versions of this, like brand new versions, and then resell it on Amazon FBA Canada. Item number 2 is the Mighty Mug in red. Now pay attention to the colors that I use for certain items. I like to choose items that aren't typical colors for appliance type items. So this is like a cup mug type thing. And I chose the really vibrant red color. There's going to be a specific type of person who's going to buy red, and those type of people are going to be willing to pay more for the item. So I bought this at Canadian Tire, and I bought a bunch of them. I think I bought like 3 or 4, and Canadian Tire was just selling them. They were just getting rid of them, and it was about $9.99. Like the price had dramatically dropped for these. And I remember at the time when they first came out, they were really popular, super popular. But I guess Canadian Tire was just getting rid of them. So I saw these items as value, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically this thermos mug, and it's got a technology where if you set it on the table and you accidentally knock it, it won't fall down. It has this like suction thing, but it won't get stuck to the table. You guys have to see the commercial for it. It's really cool. Arit actually has one herself. So bought it for $9.99, sold it for $52, $53. The fees were around $11 to $12, and the profit was about $41. All right, number 3 is this Air Hogs RC helicopter. So I've sold a bunch of Air Hogs. It's a brand name. They make electronic type toys, and in particular, they have this helicopter. I got this at Toys R Us. It was a higher priced item in the $25 range, but it's RC, it's electronic, it's remote control, and usually those things mean that I can sell it for higher. So I sold this item for $120. Fees were about $25 to $26, and the profit was $70. I got 2 of these. This item sold, I wouldn't say like fast. It sold closer to Christmas time. I don't know the exact time range of when this item sold, but sold both of them. Number 4 is this Peanuts character toy set. You know these, I believe the brand is Funko, and they're kind of like bobbleheads, but they're like characters. It was of the Snoopy cast, the Peanuts cast. And I got this in a Target in LA. Whenever I go on trips, I usually, when I'm going into Targets, Walmarts, that type of thing, I'll usually find 1 or 2 items that I can bring back because I don't have that much space in my suitcase. I found this for $9.99. I couldn't help it. It was all the characters. I knew that I was going to sell it for more. Sold it for $60. Fees were about $16 to $17, and the profit was $34. And this item did stay in my catalog for a bit, but it eventually did sell. Number 5, the last one, are these KitchenAid mixing bowls in red. So typically when I'm buying appliances, I like to get the red color, just as I mentioned before. There's a specific type of person who gets the red, and there's not that many people doing the red color. I mean, you could do the apple green or the electric blue. Just when things are colorful, like, because most people go for the generic white or black. Pay attention to colors with appliances. So I got 3 of these, and Canadian Tire was just getting rid of them because their packaging was damaged. The packaging on these bowls were messed up, and I guess they were sitting on the shelf for a while because they were a little bit dusty. But when I saw these, it was like a gold mine for me. They were selling them for $9.99, and I sold them for $55 each. Fees were $16 to $17, and the profit was about $29 to $30. So like I said, I got 3 of these. The packaging was damaged. Now, people aren't going to care about packaging when it comes to these KitchenAid mixing bowls because it's not a collector item. They're going to want to use them probably when they're baking stuff. So they're not going to care too much if the cardboard thing that wraps around them is a little bit torn. And these ones did sell right away because these were the only ones in this particular color. KitchenAid products have been very good to me. It's not the smaller KitchenAid items like the trinkety items, it's items that have more substance. All right guys, so that is it for this video. Those are the 5 items that I have sold. Again, I'm doing these videos to encourage you guys to get out there to find products. It is possible to find these items. I'm always telling you I got these products from all different kinds of places. Even in the States, I find stuff. And again, just as a disclaimer, just because I sell these items for this price doesn't mean you won't, as the market is always changing. You might find these products for less, you might find them for more, you might sell them for less, you might sell them for more. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Back from the dead.